Good morning folks, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to change the clutch plate on Rajdoot, and that I'm doing basically cause while I was riding last week, I felt some sort of loss of power, or you can say a little bit sleeping. So I decided to get a new set of clutch plate, which is over here. It's from certain Ashok brand. So I'll be going for the change. There is two things that you can do obviously when you're going for a change. Either you can lay the bike on its right side's body side, and then you can change the entire stuff, the clutch plates, or you will have to drain the oil and then you will have to go for the change of clutch plate. So I would prefer going with the second method, cause in the other method what may happen is like it may be too messy, and I don't really like working that way. Many of the people prefer that, but that may be easy, but somehow I don't really like that method. So without wasting much time, let's begin.
Now, doing stuff on a vintage motorcycle, specifically Rajdoot or for that matter Java and ESD, is pretty simple. So for the task of changing clutch plate, we don't really be needing lot of tools and equipments. What we will be needing is like obviously a pan for drainage of oil, then a screwdriver, flathead, plier, and a 10 and 30 number wrench. So I'm having a 30 number and 12 number here, and here I have 30 number and 10 number, so we'll be going with that. So in case if you are having a 30 number and 10 number, that's sufficient for this particular task. So let's begin. First we'll be draining the oil. The oil is almost drained. It's now just that drop by drop tinkling, trickling. So now time for loosening these levers. So finally we have undone all the screws. Carefully take it out. There is a seal over here and you don't want that to be damaged. As easy as that. And now see that clip? It's that clip for which we need this plier. You can use a smaller plier. I have a smaller one, but I'm a little lazy right now. So the clip is out. Now gently loosen this. It will come out. Take out the top cup and then bring in the plates. Oh, these are the new plates. We'll take a look at the older one. So this was just a check to see if it fits well. Now as a precaution, what you can do is like you can dip them inside the oil. It's just a safety precaution so that it's not really running dry for a subsequent cycle or for a prolonged period of time. I do it. It's not really that necessary, I guess, but I would recommend you to do that, cause that's something like priming up your clutch plates, and it's kind of a good habit to begin with. Just drying it dry. Now already we have the first plate inside. Place the plates one by one. And finally the final pressure plate. like that. It's all set and done. You have to make it just sufficiently tight so that the clip could pass through the hole, and that would be all. It's not really a very difficult task if you are good with basic tool handling exercises. And yes, almost always replace the clip with the new one, because the old one would have it has gone through lots of cycle of stress and strain and won't really be fit for the duty. So here it is, and then search for a new clip. I have not really kept one handy, so I'll be finding one in my toolbox and I'll be replacing it. So that's our new clip. Finally got it. Use a little force to bend them inward so that they don't have interface with the engine cover. That's it. That's how it's replaced. Clean it a bit and carefully clean this area too. Now gently push it to its place. And there's a pin over here, so you'll have to tap it gently, and then it will be an easy task. Place back the screws in the same order you have taken it out. Just assemble it first at its place. Doing these tiny things on your own gives you certain kind of happiness, and you get to know your machine. So now what you have to do is you tighten this, then you tighten this, and then diagonally tighten this, and then diagonally tighten this. Fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now one observation was there. Once you have replaced the clutch plates, the setting on this lever will be kind of pretty limpy, and for that, to tighten it back again, what you'll have to do is you'll have to reposition the push rods. Let's call that pushing a screw. So for that you need to make it loose first. Okay. Let's make it a bit loose. Okay. Once it's loose, tighten the internal screw like this. Let's see if the strength is too tight. Don't let it be too tight. We don't really want the clutch plate to be slipping. There should be a little play. Okay, that sorts the issue. Obviously, before pouring in oil, you have to replace the drain bolt. Before that, make sure that you clean the surface. It's always a good habit. Here it is. It goes back to its place. Make sure that this play is, non-existent. You have to be that tight. Because if this is there, then that will eat up these teeth on this shaft, on this splined shaft to be precise. So make sure that that's gone. And it's done. Just push it once. Stopper over here. Now it's time for placing oil back. And it's done. So that's it, folks. That's how you replace the clutch plate on Rajdoot. It's as simple as that. Yes, never forget to tighten this back, otherwise you will have to go for a clutch plate change on your leg. Our beautiful bike is done. We're ready to hit new cities, roads, preferably in Maharashtra. That's it. That would be all, folks. I'll be going and taking a ride and seeing how good is Ashok's clutch plate.
So that would be all, folks. I guess the tutorial was pretty easy and very simple to understand. Also, there is one more point that you must keep in mind, and that is this, that the engine architecture of Rajdoot didn't really change all through its production time, and it was largely same or similar. Externally it was different, but somehow if you open all the engines, or if you take a look at the engines of Rajdoot, you will find a lot of similarity, and that's the reason that you can go with the same cycle of flow that we have followed today for the change of clutch plate on your Rajdoot. And yes, one more thing, a lot of you people have really requested for the history of Rajdoot, so I'll be doing an extensive video on that too, and I guess that will be uploaded soon. I don't really know about the time frame, but as soon as the time permits and the moment is right, I'll soon be uploading it on the YouTube. Till the next time, stay tuned, build it, ride it.